Huh? It is done.
Hi, Raymond.
Anwar, can you hear me?
Raymond, I can hear you. I see two. Yeah, okay. There was two Anwar Adam on the screen, so now it's fixed.
Okay, great.
Actually, okay.
Because there's one Anwar Adan still in the waiting room, but with Toastmaster Kanis's photo.
I don't know what's happening.
Anyway, it's okay. No issues.
Because Gada also came in with my name.
Everybody is using.
I don't know how it comes. How are you all, guys?
Very good. Ms. Gada, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, but I was astonished. My name appears as Anwar.
I have a feeling, did you use Anwar's link?
Yeah, I did. Maybe
that's why, because the links is unique for every name. You can rename yourself.
I did. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Anwar, should I start adding everybody in?
No, Ray. It's only 6:26. Maybe we can.
Okay,
can you make me the co-host? Probably we can put in.
Yes, I will make you the co-host. 1 minute.
We are already live on YouTube, by the way, right?
Yes, but the link is not shared.
Okay, fine. So we can drop a message in the group sharp at 6.
Yeah, I've already done that. I have done that. Hazem, I'll need your help with allowing people in and out.
Okay, I will admit them. Once it's 6:30, I will admit everyone.
Sounds good. Very good.
Okay.
DTM Wafa, DTM Makloof, you all are also co-hosts because you all are dignitaries. The recording of the session will be done on the cloud and not on the local PCs.
Anwar, I'm admitting people in 30 seconds.
Okay.
المواعيد الفائتة في المرحلة الحالية هي مستشفى الحسين، مستشفى الملكة رانيا للأطفال، مركز التأهيل الملكي، مركز الأمير حسين لأمراض وجراحة الكلى. وصلنا إلى ختام النشر وهذا تذكير بأبرز العناوين.
الأمانة تغلق 15 منشأة خلال 3 أيام.
Members who have entered into the virtual room, may you please rename your names to be as accurate as your real name? Thank you.
DTM Raymond,
Yes, DTM.
could you,
Fatma.
could you please just tell me, is it okay or flipped? This.
1 minute. Let me look at your situation. Hold on. Yep, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
We are going to be starting in 1 minute. Toastmaster Anwar, need your confirmation to start.
We are ready to start the meeting.
On the light, put the musallas. Put the musalla.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good
How are you
afternoon.
all?
We are all good.
Hi, DTM Fatima.
Fine, how are
We're
you?
going to start in exactly 1 minute. Great. Welcome to Elite Challenges Toastmasters first ever training event, which we have done publicly for everybody. A little bit about Elite Challenges. We are a very new club. We have been initiated and chartered in October 2019. Yes, last year, 7 to 8 months back. We are, as of today, a President Distinguished Club, and we have approximately 30 members on the roster. And one of the concepts that we decided to do is to focus on training, focus on education as Toastmasters, because Toastmasters International is an educational institute where we learn to become better communicators and better leaders. We decided to organize this event, and we decided not only to keep it to ourselves, because we believe judges are very, very important, not only for contests, but even in our day-to-day lives. When we make a decision, when we evaluate in a club, we evaluate to suggest, to improve, to make everybody better. But when we judge in a contest, we make a decision and we rank the person based on specific criteria. Same thing we do in life. When we have a situation, we judge that situation and we rank it. And when we have to make a split decision. So we thought, why not? We bring the best in the industry from our district and let us do some events. So we sat together, a few of us like-minded people, and we said we are going to do 4 events in the entire year. The month of June, the month of August, the month of October, and finally the month of December. Each event will be broken down to 4 categories again: international speech, humorous speech, table topics, and evaluation. And we are going to choose the best among the world, people with integrity, people with proven excellence, to teach us what is it that is required to be a powerful judge, to be someone who can rank contestants. These members who are today coming in front of you, there's one for each day, so it's the entire week starting today, are proven either leaders or champions in what they do. And this is the concept. Why should we wait till the very end for a judge's training? And why not we start today, as early as possible, whether you want to be a judge or a contestant, to know what is in the mind of a judge. So with that, we decided, let us get this event up and running. And today is our first event out of the 4 for this week, which is for table topics. And we have a renowned presenter who will come in shortly. But prior to that, a little bit of ground rules. My name is Raymond. I'm the president of Elite Challenges, and we are proud to do this event globally, and we are blessed to have all of you attend. As the ground rules, we know that the washrooms, the exits are all at your home. We are not at a place, so you know you better. For those who are under curfew, please be safe and be inside. If there is a fire, please know what to do. Keep your family safe. With that, I have a couple of dignitaries in the house from my district, and of course from districts all over the world, but I do not know all of them. I would like to say welcome for this event. We will have some feedback. But before that, I would like to acknowledge our District 20 Director, DTM Wafa Salman. DTM Wafa Salman, could you share a few words?
Good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure and honor to be there with you among great trainers and thank you for the initiative of this series of education sessions that will start. This is the kick-off today. We'll start today and we will move on. As you know, in Toastmasters, that's what we are here for. We are here to learn new things, to educate each other, and to grow and be a better version of ourselves every day. Let's educate each other, let's learn, and let's enjoy this journey. Pleasure to be with you, and welcome to our account and Zoom and meeting. Back to you, Raymond.
Thank you, DTM Wafa Salman, for those inspiring words. I would also like to acknowledge our CGD, which is the Club Good Director, DTM Alka Kumra. DTM Alka, could you share a few words, please?
Good evening. Thanks, DTM Raymond. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters from District 20 and from beyond. Well, I'm glad to be with our Elite Challengers. This club has been doing amazing work since they chartered around 7-8 months back. And they are always up to something new, something different, something unique. And great to see this kind of series where you're bringing in the best of the best from the district for different kind of topics that interest us all. And to start with the judging one is the best thing because we just had contests. So all the best to all of you and looking forward to more such sessions from you. Back to you, DTM Raymond.
Thank you, DTM Alka, for your wonderful words of inspiration. I just want to confirm we have anyone else. We also have our Division E Director, DTM Murali Manohar. DTM Division E Director, DTM Murali, could you share a few words?
Hi, very good evening. Elite Challengers, a very special club in District 20. On its chartering time itself, they have created a lot of hype with a lot of so many members, and it's I think it's a President Distinguished Club, which is remarkable within a short period of time. The credit goes not just to the president, but to each and every member, as he always says, and also to the mentor. I see the mentors are very proactive there, and their meetings, every meetings, when I have a time, I think I would love to attend their meetings. And this series of judging and all the criteria are very innovative. It speaks volumes about the club's stature and the way they want to take this. And I wish you all the best in this mission. I'm here today not just as a Division E Director, but as a learner, because there are a lot of things still we can learn. And your club is a great Margadarshi, giving a lot of light to everyone. Thanks a lot, and over to you, President DTM Raymond Pereira.
Thank you, DTM Murali, for an amazing words of inspiration. Now, before we move on, I want to take 3 to 4 members, anybody from around the world who would like to know, put their hands up and tell us what are they expecting from this session. So who would like to say in 1 minute or 2 minutes, what are they expecting and why are they like so willing to learn about judges training? So could anybody raise their hand and I can unmute you, or you can unmute yourself. Okay, we have a guest, Natamon Penkawi. Could you unmute yourself and share a few insight of what are you expecting and why?
Okay, good evening, everyone here. I'm from Thailand. I am also a member of Toastmaster Club. What are the purpose I'm here? It's just I want to know, right, the standard criteria in a purpose to make, when I give a speech, so I can know how they judge the speaker, so I can increase my potential capability to make it better, stronger, empower myself, and improve. So the way you are surround here, and you can give me, right, supportive and the advising, so I can better, and like it is like a right guidance to my shining journey, my Toastmaster in the future. So thank you for welcome and for arranging this activity. Thank you so much. So glad to be here.
Wonderful. Toastmaster Natamon. Would anyone else would like to say a few words of what are they expecting and why? Treat it like a table topic. Could somebody raise their hand? Or I would pick up people. Toastmaster Gino, could you unmute yourself?
Hello,
And
hi.
could you tell us the reason what you are looking for in today's expectations and why?
Okay, brilliant. I just jumped in and you got me. Okay, good. I think this is sort of a table topic. Yeah, thank you, Brother Ray, and the whole team behind it. The reason I joined today is after being a contestant in table topics in quite a few contests and also as judge. I think judging is of prime importance in the sense like sometimes you tend to overlook those minute details when you are a judge. Well, as contestants, it's very easy that when you perform, you always want to be the winner. But as judges, I think you need to have that hawk eye, that, you need to catch every word, every move, or every sentence and every thought that the contestant is thinking, and then judge rather than, just judge somebody on face value. So I think judging holds, it has a lot to do with integrity. At the same time, you need a lot of expertise, which comes with experience, and trainings like this I think is really needed or at the need of the hour, because the contestant prepares a lot. When I was a contestant, prepared a lot. When you don't win, you get disappointed. So I think trainings like this will probably, I think, rule out 80% of chances of judges not concentrating or ruling out or overlooking facts. So I think this trainings like this holds a lot of merit. So I just want to say thank you. And I actually, this is like, I'm a half contestant and a half judge now when I'm attending this. I am looking forward to learning. Even if I can increase my knowledge by 5%, I think I would have done justice to the contestants. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well done, Toastmaster Gino. Now we have Toastmaster Dinesh. Could you unmute yourself and tell us a reason and expectations and why?
Good evening, dignitaries and fellow Toastmasters, and thank you, DTM Raymond Pereira, to give this opportunity to tell why I am here today. As I am Dinesh Kumar Pal from SSP Toastmasters Club, District 20, Area 21. I am very new Toastmasters, and my Toastmaster journey is only 1 year. So last year, I couldn't participate due to some avoidable circumstances for my personal. So it is good chance to learn me before entering any contest, that what really judge is judging in the contestant. So it will be easy for me to contest in the next coming the contest. That's why I am here. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Pereira.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Now we have Toastmaster Kundal Reddy. Toastmaster Kundal Reddy, could you share a few words? We'll have two more after that, and then we will start the session.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Kundal Reddy. I am from Bhavans Club. So this opportunity is to learn new things. As I'm few months from the Toastmaster Club membership, and when we are attending one contest, I was a little bit confused how the policies and procedures to judge as a contestant who is a winner, how he is eligible to winner. So those policies, those procedures, where do we have to pick up the points, or how we have to consider the more points to the eligible right candidate. So this is what I want to more learn and judging criteria to develop myself as well as my club members and our area members when we are going to contest. So this is my purpose to join in this club, this meeting.
Wonderful. We are taking down all these notes so that our team is preparing to meet your requirements. We have Toastmaster Mary Ponai. Toastmaster Mary Ponai, could you unmute yourself?
Good evening, President Raymond Pereira. This is Mari. Yeah, I belong to the Pros and Communications Club of Bangalore. I am currently residing in Muscat. I got this detail from one of my colleague, Mr. Ravindra. So thank you very much, and very happy to be part of this session. Table topic is one of the very important part of this meeting. And in 2 minutes time, you have to listen the topic carefully, think about it, and execute it by your speech. So if that is within 2 minutes, your brain should work in such a way that you are delivering an excellent content. When you are delivering a content, there should be an excellent judge who should judge the value of your speech. This is something very, very important and a thrilling one, and I would like to know the intricacies of judging. So thank you for this opportunity, and I wish you all, the club members and the participants today, thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mary. And we have Toastmaster Nina John. It's come by a special request. Toastmaster Nina John.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm from District 82. I've been past District Governor of the 82, and I've been Chief Judge for the 82. I thought that it was a wonderful opportunity for me to get best practices from across the world, and I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you very much for this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nina John, for your thoughts. Now, before we begin, I believe all of you have received an email from our club mentor, who is Toastmaster Anwar Adam. That email has two things. It has the agenda, and it also has the ballot sheet, which is the ballot sheet required for a judge to judge a contestant. Now, I want to make sure all of you have it with you, because that is going to be your only classwork or the only book that you need for today. So if you don't have it, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to download it, or 3 minutes to download it, or print it out, or write it on a script and be ready with it. So 2 minutes starts now. Just make sure you have the table topics judging ballot, and preferably the latest one. And the best way to take the latest one is you go to Toastmaster International website and you download the latest version. I know many districts, many areas, many clubs, but it is required to keep the latest copy from Toastmaster International. So 1.5 minutes left. In the meanwhile, I got a request from Toastmaster Shams Tabriz. You want to say something before we start?
Yeah, hi Raymond.
Yes, Toastmaster Shams, go ahead.
I'm from District 41. I've never got the opportunity to judge, but I have got the opportunity to be judged. So I always see what actually the judges look for. Do they have a set pattern, or sometimes do they get dynamic if they find some unorthodox speaker? So I'm just looking for this. That's it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Shams. We have 1/2 minute left before we start our session. See, there has been a small issue today where some of you clicked the link of our mentor instead of the link that was provided to them. So when you logged in, all of you have become, not all, many of you have become Anwar Adam. So please rename yourself, because we will also be issuing certificates at the end by email. So we need to compare those who attended. So please rename yourself with the right name. Otherwise, Toastmaster Anwar will be getting a lot of certificates only for him. We have a request from Toastmaster Krish Nayak. Krish Nayak, could you unmute yourself? Yes, Krish.
Good evening, Raymond. Good evening, dear Toastmasters. So I'm from District 41 too, and I was very happy to see the lone familiar face of Nina John. I've met her around 10 years back, so no pressure to remember me. That being said, in table topics, though I'm neither a good contestant nor a good judge so far, but I've been a very good tally counter. And the one thing which fascinates me is when I see I know most of the judges during a contest, and when I see their ballot papers, I realize how is it that they come up with so many different first, second, and third places when all of them heard the same thing. So I realize there's some logic to this madness, and that's what I hope to learn today. Thank you, Raymond. Back to you.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Krish. And with that, and no further delay, I'm going to invite the Master of Ceremonies for today, and who will also be the moderator, a powerful speaker, a district champion who reached district, very passionate Toastmaster, a very close friend of mine, a mentor of our club who has helped our club do wonders. Let us put our hands together and invite Toastmaster Anwar Adam, who will be taking this show on the road, and the first moderator for our series of events. Toastmaster Anwar Adam, the screen is yours. Give a round of applause.
Thank you, DTM Raymond, for that warm introduction. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first session of the Art of Judging series, brought to you by Elite Challengers Toastmasters Club. Today, we will be learning the art of judging for table topics. Have you ever been a contestant and gave your very best and wondered why you did not win? Have you been a judge who had a tough time to mark the ballot? Should I mark 8, 9, or 10? Or have you been an audience who witnessed a table topic contest and could not figure why a contestant who performed so well did not win? Well, we have the answers to all of this today. To help us understand the judging criteria and ballot, we have a woman of great caliber, a motivational speaker, trainer, and a passionate person. Being a better version of herself is her vision. Inspiring others is her goal. Cooking, reading, writing short stories are her hobbies. By profession, she's an English language teaching supervisor working with Ministry of Education. She's always positive, and no matter how the tough situation is. She has taken up several leadership roles. Almost all the ExCom positions. She has been the Pathways Ambassador, Area Director, and currently our very own District F Director. Please welcome our trainer for today, DTM Dr. Fatma Abdu. Dr. Fatma Abdu is a member of 7 clubs. She got her first DTM in November 2018, and now she is on her track to get her second sometime this year. Her motto is, "The best is yet to come." And I'm sure we will see the best of her today. She believes that surrounding herself with positive people makes it easy for her to keep her head up, and even when we go through tough times. Please put your hands together and let's give a virtual applause to our trainer for today, DTM Dr. Fatma Abdul. Doctor, the screen is all yours.
Thank you so much, dear Toastmaster Anwar Adam, for this wonderful introduction. And it's always my pleasure to be among you to introduce something that for the benefits of all Toastmasters across the globe. Fellow leaders, fellow Toastmasters, fellow judges, and fellow contestants from all the globe, good evening. It's my pleasure to be today one of the presenters that will conduct one of the most important workshops in not only judging, but in the contests. And before I start, I would like to express my gratitude and thankfulness to Elite Challengers Toastmasters Club that took this initiative for the benefits of the members. And they extended that benefits not only for the members of the club, but beyond that. And now we are here from many countries, many districts to witness this first workshop. Fellow leaders and Toastmasters, I believe that judges play crucial roles in contests. You believe with me, you believe that, and you agree with me. It's very crucial and very important, and at the same time, it's very critical. Why? Working as a judge and playing this role several times throughout the few last years, or few 5 to 6 years, made me feel sometimes happy and sometimes I feel very sad, because Toastmasters, they also judge us as judges, but they judge us in the wrong way. They always say that judges are not fair. And this is one of the main reasons that made me take this initiative and conduct this mini workshop. To start with, I will share my screen. Now we are going to talk about some tips, tricks, and tics in table topics. Our agenda for today, first of all, an introduction. Then we will go for table topics judging ballots, and we are going to explain and discuss together what are the criteria in the judging ballots and upon which we can judge any contestant. And I always like to make this session interactive. So whenever you feel that there is something not clear, or you want me to explain more on that or this point, please just raise your hand. The moderator will let you ask your question. Then we will have a mini mock test, a mock contest that will be conducted only for table topics, as you know, followed by some tips and tricks and techniques and table topics. And the last session will be for question and answer session. It's super scary, as we all believe, to freeze up in front of a group of people, not only a huge amount of people or a big audience, who are only looking at you and sometimes waiting and expecting something from you in table topics, especially in table topics. And I always believe that table topics is the most challenging speech and contest in Toastmasters. You know why? Simply because it is the shortest one. It's only 1 to 2 minutes timing. And it takes a lot in order to think, how can you start? And sometimes people go blank. And this is also very challenging for many people. One of the challenges also is that you don't know anything about the topic. So people become afraid of that. But today we are going to have and to discuss together some of the techniques that decrease this fear and make you one day a winner in contest, in table topics contest. First of all, as a judge and as a contestant as well, we have to know and to recognize all the criteria and the code of ethics for the judging. This way, we as contestants or judges know more about these ethics and these criteria. So I would like just to highlight the most important 3 ethics in each and every ballot. You have it on the back side of that ballots. First, judges will consciously avoid bias of any kind in selecting the first, second, or third places contestants. They will not consider any contestants club, area, division, or even district, because sometimes when you are a judge in a district level, or even beyond that in the international convention, you have many contestants from different districts around the globe and different regions. So this is the first code of ethic, that we have to avoid bias of any kind. Just judge that contestant as per his performance, and of course, according to the criteria that we have in the judging ballot. Second, judges will not time the speeches, so don't care about the time except in one aspect. Because maybe in the past, we used only to judge the contestants in table topics, only in the delivery, the content, the conclusion, the message, the performance, and body language, and all these things. However, this year, we have only one and more additional rule that we have also to consider and bear in mind the code. We have only 25% of quotation for contestants in order to be eligible. So this is also very important for judges. Whenever you feel that this contestant starting quoting, you just adjust your stopwatch and start counting. And stop it whenever he stops, and continue again when he uses another quotation. This is how we can calculate the timing for quotations. The third and the last point in Code of Ethics for judges is that judges will support by word and deed. As we always say, walk the talk. You are talking about ethics, you have to implement these ethics while you are judge, and even outside Toastmasters and everywhere in life. In every aspect of life, we have to be our own selves. And we have to walk the talk. Never advise someone and do the opposite. You have to do the same thing. So you have to support not only by words, but also by deeds. You have to be unbiased. You have to be fair, regardless of that halo effect of some contestants, because we know that sometimes we have many contestants who have great and bright history in contesting. Each and every year they are contesting, competing, and they get different levels. However, this is something that we have to avoid. You are dealing and judging that contestant as per his performance today, not last year or not last meeting. This is the last and the most important thing in the Code of Ethics for judges. Now, let's see and have a look on the judging criteria. But before that, I would like to ask you as audience, do you have an idea about the judging criteria? How many criteria do you have? How can we divide the grades or the marks of the criteria of the judging ballots of table topics? Toastmaster Anwar Adam, if you like just to give me 1 or 2 answers. Unmute 1 or 2 participants just to answer.
If anybody would like to answer, you may raise your hands.
I repeat the question. What are the judging criteria in the judging ballots that we have? Or how many are they? Because this is a very important question.
There are 3. Is it content and delivery and language?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I believe that you are a very clever participant. Thank you so much. Yes, they are 3. But these 3, they have different items as well.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first criterion. First of all is the content of the speech itself. That means that the contestant, as well as the judge, has to focus on the content because it's very important. It's not only impromptu speaking. It's it should be a well-structured speech. It should start with an opening and then a body, and to conclude that with a very valuable message. So this content has 55% of the whole or the total mark of the judging. It contains speech development and the effectiveness. What do we mean by the speech development and effectiveness? If you have this ballot with you, you will notice that these criteria are set here. And at the beginning, as we said, that we have 55% for the content, but the content has 2 items. The first item is the speech development. That means that, as I said, the contestant or the speaker has to start with a very strong and catchy introduction, but not very long. And then he moves on to the body of the content itself, and we are going to discuss how can we make it a very powerful content. And then he ends with a very strong conclusion, whether he is for or against that statement or that question, and he justifies all of this while he is delivering his speech. And at the end, he has to emphasize that message and that opinion. Then the effectiveness. How can we judge the contestant according to the effectiveness? Of course, we have to make sure that he is not also, even the contestant is not biased. He has to speak about a general or a common topic that is related definitely to the topic or the question itself. We have, as you know, different types of table topics. Sometimes it is given to us as a question. Sometimes it's given like a statement. And sometimes in a meeting or club meetings, it's given like just a photo or a picture to reflect on or to express or to talk about it. So we have different table topics, but it's also very common in contests. In contests, it's only questions or statements. So the effectiveness of your delivery of the content of your speech plays a crucial role. Then the second element, that is delivery. And the delivery of the speech has 30% of the grade of the total mark. Delivery has physical and voice. The physical means that your body language, your eye contact, even your vocal variety plays a crucial role. because you are going to deliver a speech, and that speech, as a contestant, should contain all the elements of a successful speech. Sometimes, from my own experience, I sometimes keep some items in my pockets and be clever and smart. Even your dress or your suit, when you go to the contest, should be something that is very easy to use or to make use of it before the contest. I use something, or I wear dresses with some pockets, and to make it easy for me even to hang the mic. This will make you also comfortable as a contestant. So this will be reflected. It will give you more self-confidence, and that the judges will feel that. They will feel your self-confidence. So the physical element is very important. The voice and vocal variety plays a very important role. You have to express as a contestant your voice if you are very sad, or if you are happy and excited, or even if you are amazed or angry. All these expressions are very important, and this will be activated by your voice. The judge will also bear this in mind, and he will take it into consideration. The last element is the language. We all know that we come from different districts, from different countries, different backgrounds, different nationalities, and different accents. I am an Egyptian, and you all know that many Egyptians have different accents in pronouncing th and the. It's very difficult for them to pronounce th and the. Me, myself, when I joined Toastmasters at the very beginning, I felt it's very difficult for me to understand the Indian accent. So I have to figure out, is the problem for me? I cannot understand their language. So how can I solve this problem? And I found the solution very easy. It's just to visit more and more clubs and to listen more to people, especially those Indians that I have difficulty in understanding their language or their accent. So whenever you produce the language or pronounce the language, we know that your accent or your nationality affects in one way or another your pronunciation. We try to amend our language. However, sometimes we fail. So the judge, at the end, he is a human being. And that human being will judge you, not because he hates you or he is against you. No, because this is one of the main elements in the judges' ballots. This is something that many contestants and judges are not aware of. Sometimes they say, okay, I did well. I did great in the contest. However, I didn't win. Or they made me the third place and I deserve the first. Why did they put me in the third place? This is why sometimes some items in the judging ballots play a very crucial role. And we have to raise this awareness for all members, whether you are a contestant or a judge. So this is the last, and it has 15% of the grade of the total mark. And it has two elements as well. The appropriateness of the language itself, it should be appropriate to the audience, to the subject, and the correctness. That means that you have to use the language properly with the proper grammar. Sometimes we also, we commit some grammatical mistakes and some pronunciation mistakes. However, we have to take this into consideration while judging that this doesn't affect the delivery of your speech as a contestant. It's very important. Now let's move to the second This is the photo of that ballot. And this is, as you can see, we have here the three elements. The first is 55%, that is speech development and effectiveness that we talked about. Then the physical and voice that we talked about that has 30% of the total grade. And then at the end, the appropriateness and the correctness of the language that has 15 grades. As a judge, how can I mark these ballots? And we have sometimes, especially if it's a division or a district level, sometimes we have more than 8 contestants, and it takes a long time and a very long time in order to judge and to mark the ballots. From my own experience and as a judge, I used to have one of my best friends in contests. That is my notebook. My notebook is very important because this helps you very well to judge the contestant and to choose the best and who's next. This very important tool helps you also to highlight, because if we have, as I said, 8 or 10 or more contestants, it's very difficult to memorize the performance of each and every contestant. So as a judge, and in order to be fair, you have to keep this with you. And here, I used to say, or to write at the beginning, first contestant or contestant number 1, and I write his or her name. And then I write, while he is delivering his speech in table topics, I just write the very remarkable sentences or the message that he delivers through his table topics. Sometimes some contestants, they end a very powerful ending, and that is very remarkable. So I write that here. Some contestants are smart enough to use some very strong words and expressions. I also write these here, not only to help me judging them, but we are all learners. No matter how long we are, how old we are, what matters is that we are all learners. And sometimes I take some of these vocabulary and some of these lexical items to keep them later on for myself. So this is what I usually do when I am a judge. And then at the end, this helps you to judge who is the first, who is the second, and who is the third contestant and plus. Okay. Now let's go deeper. And we have here 4 levels of scores. The first level, as you can see, is the excellent. And the excellent, of course, is the one who gets the full mark. Do you believe that contestants get the full mark in all the criteria? It's very difficult. It's very difficult because no one is perfect. So I believe that it never happens that any contestant will get full mark or 100% of the total score. You can put in 1 item or 2 items or 3 items, but not in all items. Let's move to the second scale, that is very good. I usually do this way. I do it this way. At the beginning, I decide from the very beginning, when the contestant starts talking and giving or delivering his or her speech, if he started very well and very strong, this will add a credit to his speech. So I put him in 1 level. Let's say he is very good, or he is a good speaker, or he is fair, or he is an excellent speaker. And at the end, we calculate all these grades, and at the end, we can get the total mark. But this makes it easy for you as a judge to mark the ballot. If you put in mind at the beginning throughout, let's say after 30 seconds or 1 minute, you can easily judge if this speaker is an excellent one or a very good one or a good or a fair one. And then according to that, you will mark the ballot. So you will not be distracted looking here and there, excellent, good, fair, and very good, especially if we are marking only one item. I'm not talking about the general opinion about the contestant. I'm just talking about one item. Then we go on and complete the same way. So after this, we will have a short session and we will judge the contestants that we have according to these ballots. These are the judging ballot. We have it here, clearer. And here we have again the speech development. That means that we have to make sure that the opening, the body, and the conclusion of the speech itself are very well organized, and all the ideas of the speaker went smoothly and they are connected to each other, connected with logic. Then the second item, it's effectiveness, logic, directness, enthusiasm, achievement of purpose, audience response. All these items and elements are under the element of effectiveness. If you have logic, if you are direct, if you are so enthusiastic, if you achieved the purpose of that speech, if you expressed your opinion with logic, and then at the end, you engaged also the audience with you, this will be so effective and this will add marks to your ballots. Then the physical, the appearance, as we have said, the body language, the speaking area is also very important, especially if you are expressing as a contestant. If you are talking about the past, the present, and the future, or if you are talking about different stages in your life or opinion and the opposite, so you have to use different stage movement and you have to implement this in your speech. This will also help you to get more marks. As a judge, you have to put this also in mind. Physical, voice, vocal variety, and then the appropriateness of the topic itself, how he or she chooses the topic he wants to talk about or to express his or her ideas, and then the correctness of the language, as we have mentioned. Now, I will close this and we will start the mock table topics contest. By this, the first session of our presentation or workshop is done, and I would like to hand it over to the contest master of table topics for today, Toastmaster Anwar Adam. Over to you, and the screen is yours, Toastmaster Anwar Adam.
Thank you, DTM Dr. Fatma Abdu. As we heard, we will have the mock table topic contest, and I am your contest chair. So today we would have 3 contestants, and all of you out here are the judges. And before we move on, I would like to check if all of you have the ballots ready. If not, please request for one and we will send it to your WhatsApp or your email, because it would be very handy if you have your ballots ready. So good evening once again and welcome to the mock contest. And I'm your contest chair for this judges training table topic contest. All the contestants are briefed. Judges, please note, we have 3 contestants for today. They have already drawn their speaking slots, and I would read out the speaking orders. Contestant number 1, Tejasvi Menon. Contestant number 1, Tejasvi Menon. Contestant number 2, Hazel D'Souza. Contestant number 2, Hazel D'Souza. Contestant number 3, Ola Rashid. Contestant number 3, Ola Rashid. I hope all the judges have marked their ballots with the participant's name. Just for any guest in the room, the timings would be green light at 1 minute, orange light at 1 minute or 30 seconds, and the red light or the signal at 2 minutes. Our timer would be DTM Ray for this contest. Are you all ready for the mock contest? Can I please request the Sergeant at Arms to please take the 2 contestants, Hazel D'Souza and Ola Rashid, to the breakout rooms. Please confirm to me once they are moved to the breakout rooms. I don't see the contestants here, so I assume they have moved, but we'll still wait for the confirmation. Can you please confirm if the contestants have been moved to the breakout rooms?
Master Anwar, contestants have been moved to the isolation room. You can proceed.
Thank you. So all the judges, are you all ready with your ballots? Our first contestant is contestant number 1, Tejasvi Menon. Hi Tejasvi, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, son, I have already unmuted.
Great. Have you pinned the timer?
Yes, I have.
Perfect. Our first contestant, Tejasvi Menon. Tejasvi Menon, your topic is, what comes easy won't last long, and what comes long won't come easy. I repeat, what comes easy won't last long, and what lasts long won't come easy. Tejasvi Menon.
Have you ever looked at a small child that keeps on nagging to a mom to get him that special little toy? You might find such kids around you, or probably when you are at an evening with your family at the mall, you find the kids around you nagging, please, please, mama, get me that toy, get me that toy. Have you ever come across such? And the moment the kid's mom buys a toy, you can see the happiness on the child's face. I'm sure that child would take care of that particular toy for a very, very long time in life, compared to something which the parents would just buy it for the child and give it. During this Corona time, I have realized that there are a lot of things that come through experience, that come to you during the toughest of times. Like, for example, I learned the art of cooking probably every meal, starting from breakfast, lunch, dinner, without a gas connection, using all the other equipments available with you, probably an electric kettle or a rice cooker at home, microwave. And yes, I'm talking about a whole day course of meals. Life is such. I'm sure I will have this thing with me throughout. I will never miss out on a meal, even if I'm short of probably a gas connection or anything for that matter. Next comes a situation when I was put to in work. I had to take care of a new department wherein I had never even worked, probably a month before as well. I was put to learn new things, apply, learn, apply. And this did not happen in 2 months or 3 months. It actually started to happen from the day one of my work. Thus, I for sure feel that what comes to you when things are tough stays with you for long compared to something. Over to you.
Thank you, Tejasvi Menon. We will have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark the ballot. Sergeant at Arms, can you please prepare the second contestant? A second contestant, Hazel D'Souza.
For 1 minute.
Hi, Hazel.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, yeah.
Have you timed the timer? Have you pinned the timer?
No, I'll just do it 1 minute.
The timer is named as timer.
Yeah, I'm not able to pin him.
If you're using your phone, you can just double tap.
Okay. I'm not able to get the pin, but I can start, no problem. I can see him.
You can see. Okay, once you are ready, you can give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I'm ready.
Contestant, our second contestant, Hazel D'Souza. Hazel D'Souza, your topic is what comes easy won't last long, and what lasts long won't come easy. I repeat, what comes easy won't last long, and what lasts long won't come easy. Hazel D'Souza.
Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. What comes easy won't last long, and what comes late won't last easy. This is so true, and it applies so much to my life. As a person, and from a small age, I'm a person who loves to be on stage, who loves to sing, who loves to thrill audiences. But I didn't realize that after marriage, because I didn't perform, I kind of lost confidence. I kind of forgot that I had that confidence within. But when I joined Toastmasters with that one goal, to get rid of my stage fear. But I joined with such a small goal in mind, to get rid of my stage fear. But when I stepped in Toastmasters, what came to me was service, opportunities, loads of learning, wonderful mentors, and encouraging friends. And I realized that my stage fear was just a small thing in my life. Taking opportunities, serving communities in these 2 years of my Toastmasters journey has been the best thing which has happened to me. I've gained so much of knowledge, I've gained so much of experience, and I look forward to these learnings because slowly, step by step, I'm reaching the goal that I want to achieve. That is my stage fear, which is taken back seat now because these things are building me up. First, as a person, then as a confident communicator, then as a motivational public speaker, and stage fear will go slowly by slowly. So I leave you with that message. Don't join Toastmasters with small things in mind, but look for the broader horizon of life, which will make you a stronger person and a stronger communicator. Over to you.
We will now have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Sergeant at Arms, you can prepare the last speaker.
Last speaker just joined.
Hi, Ola. How are you doing today?
Great. I'm trying to bend the timer, but it's fine. I'm great, thank you.
You are able to see the timer?
Yes, he isn't in front of me, but like I don't know why I'm not be able to pin the timer, but I can see him on the screen.
Can you try? Can you try now? Can you try
yes,
now?
now he is pinned. Now I see me now.
Are you ready? Okay, you're ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Contestant number 3, Ola Rashid. Ola Rashid, your topic is what comes easy won't last long, and what lasts long won't come easy. I repeat, what comes easy won't last long, and what lasts long won't come easy. Ola Rashid.
We as a human beings, we always want to achieve our own goals so fast. We don't like to wait for a long time. But unfortunately, we don't know that with patience, we can achieve our goals and contain them forever. Table topic master, Toastmasters, and dear guests, good evening. When I joined Toastmasters for the first time and I heard the word DTM, I had no clue about it. But later on, I get to know it is the highest award that any Toastmasters member can achieve. And I was thinking, how long do I really need to achieve that award? 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 10? And I was eager to finish it so fast. But I heard the first time about our own Don Prades, who spent 25 years to achieve that award. 25 years. And now he is one of the icons that no one does not know him whenever you mention his name. At that time, I felt I really need to take my steps one by one and try not to rush it. And I achieved it in 4 years. They were not easy, they were not fast, a lot of hard work, a lot of repetition of many of my speeches. I have one speech I repeated for 5 times just to achieve the objectives of that speech. So fellow Toastmasters, whatever you really wanted to achieve and make it last, try to take it step by step and don't rush it out. Contest chair.
Thank you, Ola Rashid. We will observe 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark the ballot. While the judges are busy marking the ballot, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the speakers for today, and I would like to facilitate them with their certificates. Contestant number 1, Tejasvi Menon. Contestant number 2, Hazel D'Souza. And our contestant number 3 for today, Ola Rashid. Thank you all the contestants for your time. It requires a lot of courage, and hats off to you all. Thank you. I think the judges would, it was a tough contest, so the judges would take their own time. Since we need to move on with the training, I will hand over the control back to our trainer for today, our trainer, DTM, Dr. Fatma Abdu. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anwar, Master of Ceremonies, and at the same time, the contest master for today's contest. Thank you so much. And also, I would like to extend my gratitude to the 3 speakers and the 3 contestants who did very well in this contest. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tejasvi, Toastmaster Hazel, and Toastmaster Ola Rashid. Thank you so much. Now I would like just to discuss for a few minutes, did you apply what you heard today in our workshop as contestants and as judges? Did you apply what you learned today? And what is the most thing that you learned today and then apply it in your speech? Let's start with Toastmaster Tejasvi. Okay, whoever is ready, you can start. Yes, Toastmaster Tejasvi.
Thank you so much, first of all, for this opportunity.
Most welcome.
During the workshop, I have realized like there are certain things which I apply to my table topics without actually knowing the exact terms. But today I realized the actual importance percentage by percentage. We have been through the ballot with you. Based on that, where we'll be exactly evaluated on what points. So personally, I felt that I'll have to work a bit more in terms of the delivery, emphasizing, and my language would be good enough. But then when it comes to emphasizing, I felt that is something that is an area where if I pay more attention, it will help me a lot. So thank you so much for the workshop.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tejaswi. And my recommendations also are to just to focus on the message. You have delivered a wonderful speech and you have started a very wonderful introduction. Then you went smoothly, your ideas were linked to each other and you went gradually and smoothly till you reached the conclusion at the end. But however, at the end, you were rushed in the conclusion. And you have to focus that the conclusion should be as strong as the beginning or the introduction, because this is how you deliver the message to the audience. And this is what you want to leave with the audience at the beginning. So this is very important. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tejaswi. And let's move to the second contestant, Toastmaster Hazel. Is she or DTM Ola, if she's ready?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I joined this particular thing because I so much wanted to learn how to be how to mark as a judge. But more than that, I learned so much how the contestant is being marked, and it's so important for me as a contestant to look at the judging criteria. So today I have learned a lot from you, and I will hope to imply all of them when I practice for table topics. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I would like again to ask you one question. What is exactly the thing that you feel that you excelled in, or what is the thing that you need to work on next time in your next table topics?
I especially would like to listen more carefully to the question, to the topic, so that I have, because I felt that I listened well to the half part, and then I tried to think of how I will deliver it. So I would want to listen well and focus well and listen well to the topic, so that I will be able to recollect the topic well and be able to speak more powerfully.
Thank you so much. Well done. And what I really liked in your speech, Toastmaster Hazel, is that you start with a repetition to the topic itself. And this is very important, not only for the judges, but also for the audience, just to ensure the message and what is the topic all about. So this is very important. And you started directly after you are given the topic. You also mentioned or you implemented some of your skills in table topics, and you also expressed a personal experience in your life, which is something also strengthens the speech. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hazel. And again, we are talking about the time, so it's better just to divide the speech into, to make it balance between the introduction and the conclusion. Now let's move on to DTM. Ola Rashid, we would like to hear from you. What the things that you feel you excelled in and something new you learned today and implemented in your speech.
Now, first of all, good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be with you all. I always believe in how you start and how you end, whether it is a table topic, evaluation, or a speech. There are, because you will hook the audience at the end, and when you leave them with a full message. So I was concentrating on that part. Maybe the problem that I face in table topics is when I listen to the code, I have the idea and I have like the first line, but sometimes I don't have the rest of the idea. So this is the challenge for me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not in my mind.
Yes, I totally agree with you, DTM Ola, because this is also challenging in table topics. Sometimes because you are nervous, or maybe because you have this kind of fear and you don't know what will be the topic about. So that's why sometimes we just take the first two or a couple of words at the beginning and forget about the whole topic or the statement.
That's right.
And that is also one of the elements that the judges depend on when they judge the contestants, because the contestant who repeats the topic at the beginning, this helps the judges and the audience to ensure that the contestant himself or herself is fully aware and fully attentive to the topic that is said by the contest master. Thank you so much, DTM Ola Rashid. And let's move to the last segment of our workshop today or tonight. That is the last session, some tips and tricks and some techniques how to conduct or how to win a winning speech in table topics. This is not only for contestants, of course, it will be also for judges. And this is from my own point of view, and I depended on some researches, and I collected these data and added my own, and thus gave it to you. At the beginning, when we go for table topics, of course, we feel that we go blank. We don't have anything in mind. And this is a major problem in our lives, especially in table topics. So how can we overcome this challenge, or how can we have a solution for this? Let's say, first of all, as I said, you have to repeat the topic. By repeating the topic, you are also reminding yourself of the wording of the statement. You are making sure that you got the statement and you understood it. Then you try to digest. And then the process will start in your brain and you will deliver a very good speech. And the first moment in your speech, maybe sometimes you will start with a very small idea, but then you will go, and this small idea will generate more and more ideas. And this is how we go. In the delivery, you go smoothly and everything will be connected. You start very small and then you go very gradually. The second thing is the power of pause, or a power pause you have to use. That means when we meet in person, in contests, or even now virtually, you have to start and to show that you are very confident. Showing the audience and the judges that you are confident enough to deliver that speech, even if you don't have any idea about that topic, this also reflects on your performance. You also feel that you are confident enough to deliver a speech that you don't have an idea about it. This will help you to deliver a well-done speech. Read a lot and listen to a lot of experience. Reading a lot is a very important element in a winning speech in table topics, and even for judges, it's very important to know and very clear to know the contestant who is very knowledgeable, who has a great idea about different topics, and for others who do not have. So reading a lot is very important. It enhances and sharpens our information. Knowledge usually works as a net. And the closer the topic is to your information or to your brain, will be the easier for you to deliver. So knowledge works as a net. And then whenever you feel that this topic, oh, you read about it, or you have a hint about it, or you know something about this, you will actually deliver a wonderful speech. This is very important. Listening to others, listening to many people, especially those who are not only experienced Toastmasters or senior Toastmasters, but also those who are newly recruited in Toastmasters. Sometimes they have experience, but in life, not in Toastmasters. So the more you hear, the more you listen to them, to their experience, you will be more confident and you will have more skills in table topics. The third point is give it a twist. What do we mean by give it a twist? Do you have an idea? Does anyone want to share an answer?
Yes, go the not stereotypical way. Go out of the think out of the box, and if nothing is going right, turn left. So like that kind of thing. So you have to make it interesting. What others are thinking, you have to go the opposite way.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you. This is a perfect answer, actually, because whenever there is a topic, people usually go on the same line, as you have said, in a stereotyped way. People repeat the same way of introduction, the same way of delivering, and the same way in expressing their opinions. But if you give it a switch, or if you give it a twist, this will add more uniqueness to your speech. This will make your speech as a contestant very memorable to the judges and as well as the audience. So keep it in mind that adding this flavor or adding this twist to your speech will add will make your speech remarkable and memorable, especially for the judges. Okay, let's give an example. If we talk, for example, about masks, wearing masks in life, or let's talk about the knife, or what do you think, if is that a question, what do you think is more important, family or money? Of course, the majority will go with the family. But if you give it a twist to talk about money and the importance of money, and if you don't have money, you will not be able to feed or to follow up or to help your family members. That will help you more. If you don't have money, you will not be able to feed or to follow up with your family. However, if you have money, of course, everything will go smoothly. This is how you can add your personal touch, and you can also make it a twist for the table topic. This will make your speech memorable. Start differently. Do not go in that traditional way that all people adapt. You start with a very normal introduction, and you also go for very normal way in the delivery of the speech. Start differently. Just by, at the beginning, just mention an personal experience or an incident that is closely or related to the topic itself. This will add also something new to your performance. Add your own touch. Never, never be someone else. Only be yourself. You learn more, read more, have lots of information. You visit many clubs. You have many techniques. You hear from here, from there. You get a lot of experience. But keep in mind that you have to be yourself. Practice out loud. And this is very important. And this is also related to the first point, that is repeat the topic. When you repeat the topic loudly, especially when you rehearse at your home, this will help you also to enhance your skills in table topics. So it's very important to practice out loud, not only to read like this or to go reading by eyes. No, you have to read it aloud. Offline practice using quotes. Whenever I get a message, even good morning messages and good evening messages, I sometimes find there is a a message, or there is a beautiful quote in that message, and I keep them in my notes to feel that, okay, I can refer to this quote whenever I deliver a topic that is related to this, to the same quote. So this also, you are making a diary and you are keeping all such quotes in your notes, which will help you later on. Volunteer for table topics. And I remember, all of us remember that when we started joining Toastmasters, of course, we refrain from participating in table topics. However, the thing that you feel that you are afraid of, you have to fight it. You have to go for it. So you have to volunteer for table topics in order to break the ice and to practice. It's always said that practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the more perfect you will be in table topics. Go with a very little idea. As we have said at the beginning, we feel that your brain go blank at the beginning. But whenever you have a small idea, just make it like a spark and talk about it. Later on, you will build upon this idea and you will continue normally. Justify your answer. And be careful that sometimes the table topics is not only a statement, but it's sometimes a question. And whenever you answer a question, you have to express your own opinion, whether you are for or against, and you have to express that opinion neutrally and to justify your answer. Let's say when we talked about which is more important, family or money, and you chose money, you have to justify your answer. Not only to go because I want to be different, I want to go against that statement or that question. No, you have to justify it in order to convince the audience and the judges. Read a lot and listen a lot. This is repeated, sorry. Know when to stop. Sometimes we speak and we forget about the time. And sometimes it takes only a few seconds before we end. And we have to conclude. Time is very important in table topics. So you have to know when to stop. So just a framework for your speech. We also know that we have inspiring speeches. We have some persuasive speaking or speeches. We have some analytical speeches, informative speeches, humorous speeches. We have different types and different styles. But you have to put it under a framework. Your speech should be convincing, persuading, humorous, informative, or any other kind or any other style of speeches. Try something unusual or entertaining. That do not keep it at the end with a very negative message or mood. No, you have, again, to put your personal touch and to add this entertaining part, an element that is very important. Last but not least, some techniques in order to have a very wonderful table topics. The first technique is to talk about the past, the present, and the future. And of course, this is how you can implement the criteria of using the stage movement. So the past, what do you see in the past? You have to express your opinion. Then the present, what do you see in the present? Last, what do you see in the future? So this is how you express three different phases, and you are using the stage as a timeline. Second technique is the problem, cause, and solution. You are talking about the problem that is given in the statement or the question itself, and then you are talking about the cause and giving a solution as a conclusion at the end. The third technique is the story. We as human beings, we all love stories, listening to stories and telling stories. So this is also very effective. When you deliver a story within 1 to 2 minutes, this needs a lot of skills and a lot of practice. You give the story cell, information tells, story strive to how it have moral value because it has a moral value at the end, which is the message that you want to deliver at the end. And the scene or action, it could be like a dialogue or conversation between two characters in your story, and you end it with the conclusion. Fourth, agree or disagree. Whether it's a question or even a statement, you have to express your own opinion. And this is the technique of the pendulum. You agree or disagree with that statement or this opinion, and then the second part will to explain the two views in a very neutral way, in a balance between for and against, and you end with the conclusion that will be your own opinion about why did you agree or why did you disagree. Last one or last technique is the alternative. When you feel that you stand with this point or stand against that point, you have to express your viewpoint, and then you provide the alternative view. You talk about the family, you talk about the money, but at the same time, you expressed your opinion that money is much important than family. Why? You have to provide the alternative. You have to provide people and to justify your answer. And then at the end, you emphasize your point of view at the end as a conclusion. By this, I hope I covered the majority of all the criteria of judging and gave some tips and tricks to all participants, whether they are judges or contestants, how to tackle table topics in a very different way. And at the end now, we have a question and answer session. Thank you so much. And then I return the control over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anwar Adam.
Thank you, DTM Dr. Fatma, our trainer for today. We are running slightly out of time, but I think we can take a couple of questions. Fatah, I see you have raised your flag. Do you have a question?
Yes. Can you? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to add one more technique which I used during table topics. Okay, and it worked for me, and that is I will prepare in my mind 3 speeches, three mini speeches. One about my life situation, family life. One about business life. One about principle. And somehow, if the question comes, it doesn't matter what question. And I found one of those 3 speeches, which I pre-prepared in my mind, can be adapted to that particular question. So I just dive in straight away into that. Usually it works about 80%. I've been caught twice, I think, where it wasn't so unfortunate, but this is one technique which I have actually used. So just I wanted to contribute, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, because I totally agree with you. Yes, this usually works, and it's worked with me many times, especially in the club level. And I do agree with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we go to a next question? We have Mr. Das. You have raised your hand. Yes. You may ask your question now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, all of you, DTM Raymond and Toastmaster Anwar Adam and Dr. Fatma. It was a very nice presentation and the knowledge sharing session. One question to Dr. Fatma is, Doctor, you have said that we have to repeat the topic. If the topic is lengthy, and suppose it is having more than 15 words, just an example, then we'll be losing valuable time of our quota. So is it worthwhile to repeat the lengthy topic which will be given? And what if we falter while repeating the topic? to
Thank
Dr.
you so
Fatma,
much for
please.
that. Yes, a very valid question, and thank you so much because it's very important question. Regarding the statement on the question, if it's very long, which is not recommended usually in contest, because the contest master or the chief judge or the contest master, he always ensures that the topic should be very common to all of us, not very specific in, let's say, in computer or techniques or something like this, and to be very short. So it's very clear for the contestants, and it's easy, again, to tackle or to talk about. This is one thing. So if you failed to remember the topic itself, which is also normal for contestants because of fear, because of facing the audience, it's okay. But at least you will take 1 or 2 keywords from the statement itself to make sure that you got it and you are attentively listening to the table topics master and talk about that. Sometimes even the topic becomes very difficult and we cannot neither to repeat, neither to talk about it or to understand it. But if you put in mind that you have to take at least 1 keyword to talk about, this will be, I'm sure, connected and related to the topic itself.
Thank you, Dr. Fatma. We will take one last question for this evening, and that is from Toastmaster Dinesh. Yes, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmasters Anwar Adam, for giving this opportunity. First up, I would like to appreciate the very wonderful session conducted by the Division F Director, our DTM Fatma Abdu. And particularly, I would like to highlight that point where you explained to understand the Indian accent of pronouncing. And your pronouncing look very nice, not like that other Egyptian. I think this is very common practice. It variance in the depend on the nationality always. So it is very good point you read. I would like to ask you, if you have authority in the Toastmasters International, what would you like to change in the table topic?
Good question. This is a table topics in itself.
Actually, this is slightly out of our scope for today's event, but if Dr. Fatma would like to take, I would leave it. Otherwise, I will have to, sorry, Dinesh, I'll have to wind it. We'll have a separate forum for it. Dr. Fatma, is that fine? Would you like to answer, or can we keep it on a separate platform?
Yes, we can keep it on a separate platform. It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With this, since most of us have other commitment, we will have to wind up. Thank you all for joining. But before that, we had a wonderful session, and I would say Dr. Fatma kept me busy. I was kept writing notes. I've attended so many sessions, but this was really awesome. And thank you for sharing your time and all the tips, tricks, and it did value to me as a judge and as a contestant. And we would like to appreciate you for your efforts with a small certificate. Please do accept this from us, and a virtual round of applause for DTM Dr. Fatma.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anwar. Thank you.
With this, I would like to hand over the control back to the president, the man who has been behind the whole idea and the show, the hero, actually, DTM Raymond Pereira.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anwar, for an amazing session. You managed it really well. We went a little beyond time because there was so much to say. But before I move on to the end, I would like to honor Toastmaster Adam with a small certificate of appreciation from our club. Thank you, Toastmaster Anwar Adam, for an amazing show. Finally, to close, I have put a link in the chat group for everybody to give feedback for DTM Fatma Abdu, which will go directly to her email. DTM Fatma Abdu, you may check your mail or you may check the junk folder if it goes there. Any feedback that you want to give her, which will help her improve as well. As Toastmasters, we all want feedback. With that, I would like to thank each one of you Just a final note of closure. DTM Wafa, are you still there? DTM Wafa? Okay, I believe
Yes,
she
I
might.
am here.
Yes, could you give feedback of today's session before we close?
Today's session was, I was writing several notes and I was now opening the chat. Because of this, I was delayed. I was putting feedback for Fatwa. It's
Okay.
lovely. We are learning. Definitely, the people who listened, it added a value, I'm sure. And keep up these sessions, because education is the core of Toastmasters. Education is the core of Toastmasters. And here where leaders are made, when we are educate them, they can be the right leaders in this world. And we need more leaders. Thank you very much, Elite Challengers, for that initiative. Thank you, Dr. Fatma, for the amazing presentation and good interaction with the three contestants. Best of luck. See you tomorrow.
Wonderful. Thank you, DTM Wafa. And just to remind you all, we have 3 more sessions this week. Tomorrow is the International Speech Judging Criteria, and it will be done by our very own trainer, corporate trainer, district director, DTM Wafa, Salman. And we are all looking forward of how to know international speech contests are being judges. So not only you all, bring your friends, bring your colleagues, spread the message worldwide, because we want to make powerful judges. And with powerful judges come greater responsibility to make powerful contestants. So the greatest feeling that we would get is that one of you have judged the next world champion of public speaking. With that, thank you very much. I have left my email in the chat. If for anything or any doubts or any more queries, please feel free to send us an email and we are free to reply you. Our club Instagram is Elite Challengers Kuwait. ECTM Q8 is our tagline handle. We will be constantly updating with it. And with that, I would also like to thank DTM Dr. Fatima Abdul for an amazing session. Thank you so much. And I know that you have touched so many people worldwide. And with that, I would like to adjourn today's meeting. Have a great evening. I'm just saving the chat and I will start closing the session.